Hello, everybody, and happy Easter. It is Sunday, April 20th, and I'm coming to you guys with an update. And then I have a couple books that I bought that I want to talk about. I know I have been so MIA, and I feel so bad. But this month, April, has just been absolutely bananas for my family. Like, it's crazy. We've just been super busy with a lot of family things. And I have a really exciting announcement. My son finished his last round of chemo. Yay. And so he is officially done with the therapy portion of cancer treatment. Oop, something itchy. Anyways, and so we had, as some of you may know, some of you might not know. I don't know what the heck is going on with my face right now. But anyways, my son has medulloblastoma, which is a pediatric brain cancer. He had a very large tumor on the brain stem, which was diagnosed in September of 2012. And so pretty much for the last 2 years of our life, it's been cancer. So he had to complete 6 weeks of radiation, 5 days a week, 6 weeks of radiation. It was a nightmare. And then he had to do 9 rounds of chemotherapy. And so this month, last week, if I'm not mistaken, or it might have been the week before last, but I think it was last week, we completed the last round of chemo. And so my son is done. He is completely finished with the treatment portion of cancer, and now we move into the maintenance phase, which is basically they're going to test him every so often. He has to go get MRIs and stuff like that and make sure that the cancer is not coming back. So fingers crossed and prayers up that we're done with cancer and cancer can kiss our asses and we can just go on with our lives, because pediatric cancer ain't no joke, let me tell you. Maybe one day I'll film, maybe if you guys request it or whatever, I'll film a video and just talk about some of the things that we've gone through dealing with my son and his cancer and having medulloblastoma and just the nightmare that it is having a pediatric cancer. But it has brought some pretty positive things to our lives. We got to go to Disneyland with Make-A-Wish, which was awesome because I'd never been to Disneyland before. And I've been in California for like almost 15 years, so that's crazy. We're going to Camp Ronald McDonald next week, which is another one of the just a bunch of things that we've had going on this month. Next weekend we're going to Camp Ronald McDonald, which because we stayed at the Ronald McDonald House when my son got sick. So we get to go to camp, which is really cool. And you know, just a bunch of other things. But now we move into the trying to figure out where we're going to place him with regards to school, because when my son got diagnosed with cancer, he was beginning first grade and he got pulled out in September, so he had just started. And he's been out of school for almost 2 years now. So now we have to look into getting him back in school. Where are we going to place him? Is he going to go to a special needs class? Is he going to go to a regular class? But, you know, have to get a little bit of extra assistance because my son has a lot of dexterity problems now from having to get the surgery and getting the tumor removed. And it's just a lot of stuff. So April has been a crazy month for me. But I did want to come and film a video real quick so I can just say hi and let you guys know that I'm alive. And yeah, so this month is April. It was supposed to be nonfiction month for me, and I am really sad to say that the only book that I've read this month so far is Bossy Pants. I'm still working through The Immortal Life of Henrietta Lacks. I should be able to get that finished by the end of this month, but I had like 3 other books that I was supposed to read this month, and I really don't think I'm going to get to them. I'm only about halfway done with The Immortal Life of Henrietta Lacks, which is an amazing book. It's totally fascinating, it's riveting, very appalling, actually. There are some parts where I read this book and I'm like, oh my gosh, like I can't believe that's true. So it's an excellent book. But the reason why I have not been reading that book so much is because I've been knitting like crazy. So I had a goal this year to knit 1 project a month. There we go. I had to wait for it to like upload. You know what I mean? You know how sometimes information is like, oh, uploading. So anyways, I had my resolution this month, or this year rather, was to knit 1 project a month. And it's been slow goings for me, honestly. But this month, like, rocked. Because I knit 3 projects this month. I made 3 hats. I'm not going to show them here. I'm going to do a separate video about my knitting because I know some people that watch me aren't knitters and you just don't care. So I will do another video about that. But I have like been knitting like bananas this month, which is really awesome. But because I've been knitting so much, I haven't really been reading. If I could figure out a way to knit and read simultaneously, man, like my life would be perfect. So yeah, so that's why I haven't really been reading. But I did pick up a couple of books this month, and so I do want to talk about those because I'm excited about them. So the first book I'm going to talk about is Splintered by A.G. Howard. I saw Megan Olivier talk about this book, and it made me want to get it because it's a book about Wonderland. It's kind of like, I guess, a fairy tale retelling, so to speak, or like kind of like a spinoff. of Wonderland, which I love anything about Wonderland because I always tell people that, you know, if you were to be able to walk through my mind, it would be like stepping through the looking glass. Like, seriously. So my brain is like Wonderland. So I'm really, really excited to read this book, and the cover is really cute. I wish I would have gotten it at hardcover, but it was like $8.95 at Barnes & Noble for the paperback, so I was like, that's right up my alley. And the next book that I got, which I'm super excited about, is called The Amazing Adventures of Kavalier and Clay by Michael Chabon, Chabon, who knows how to pronounce that. Anyways, I got this for $1 because I traded in a book at the used bookstore, Adams Avenue bookstore, that I absolutely adore, and so they gave me a $5 credit for the books that I traded in, and I got this one for $1. And it is a winner of the Pulitzer Prize, and it's supposed to be a very, very good book. Even when the guy rang me up at the bookstore, he was like, that's a great book. So I'm looking forward to reading that because I hear it's very, very good. And then the last book that I got, which I want to talk about, is Erotica by Anais Nin. It's called The Delta of Venus. I got this from Barnes & Noble for like $6. And you see I got a couple of little tabs in here. I like Anais Nin. I really didn't know a whole lot about her, and I was reading up about her, and she seemed like my kind of person, like a woman that... I love women that just do whatever the fuck they want. Like, seriously, I love women like that. I love women that go, fuck society. I don't care what people think about womanhood and how I should behave and I should be chaste and whatever. I love women that just go, you know what, I'm living my damn life and doing what the hell I want. And so I feel like she was from reading what I read about her, that she was a woman that was kind of like that. But the erotica in here is kind of sick. So, some of the stuff in here is a little cringeworthy, but from what I understand, from what I read in the beginning, a lot of the stuff that they wrote for this particular book was written in jest, because she had this wealthy patron who paid them money to kind of crank this stuff out, and so her and her friends kind of made like a joke of it, and they would write all these really kind of weird, kind of out there erotic scenarios because they didn't really know who the person was or why the guy wanted it or anything like that, and so they just kind of had this very flippant kind of attitude about it, and so they just kind of wrote about whatever. And so it makes it a little bit more palatable, because I think if that wasn't the case and I were to just read it, I would have probably like burned this book, because the first story is like about pedophilia and it's kind of gross. So, but some of it is a little titillating. They had this like a story about this woman, and she was kind of in this opium den with all these guys, and they were smoking this opium and like, fucking around, and it's kind of hot. So, I do like it. I have only gotten through it like a little bit. I just read a couple of stories, and then that was it. It's definitely something that I'm not going to like read. I'll probably pick up every now and again, read a story here, read a story there. So it'll probably take me a little while to get through it. But so those are the books that I got for the month of April, and that's my April update. So I am back. I will be filming a little bit more regularly, but like I said, I haven't really been reading that much, and so it kind of is what it is. But I hope you guys have a great Easter, and stay tuned for the knitting video. I'm going to be showing some of the projects that I made this month and talking about some new ones that I'm working on, and I will talk to you guys later. Love ya! Smooches! Bye!